Welcome children. Trigonometry for class 10th. In this video we are going to discuss the concept of trigonometric identity. Before starting the discussion, let me talk about the meaning of word identity. Identity is actually an equation which is true for all the values of variables involved in it. So it's an equation in which if we use the different values for variables, then left hand side comes equal to the right hand side. In lower classes, we have learned so many identities. Suppose we know one identity, a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This identity we already have learned in lower classes. Now in this case, the a and b are the variables. Now we can take any values of variables here, and when we will put it in the left hand side and right hand side and solve them separately, then left hand side will be equal to the right hand side. So it becomes an identity. Now when we talk about trigonometric identities, actually it is also an equation which involves trigonometric ratios. Now we know that there are six trigonometric ratios: sine, cos, tan, cot, sec and cosec. So now these identity involve these trigonometric ratios, and they are true for all the values of angles involved in it, because the trigonometric ratios involve angles also, so it is true for all the values of angles in it. In class 10th, in respect of a right angle triangle, we have basically three identities. Now let me discuss one by one the proof of those identities. Now first of all, suppose we have taken a right angle triangle ABC in which angle B is of 90 degree, and we are talking about angle A as an acute angle. Means we will take the trigonometric ratios in reference to angle A. Now we know that ABC is a right angle triangle, so we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, which says that hypotenuse is square equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So this is our this is our Pythagoras theorem. AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. Now we are taking in terms of angle A. So angle opposite to side opposite to angle A, that is BC, will be perpendicular, and similarly the side adjacent to angle A will be the base, and this is our hypotenuse. Now what we have to do, we obtain an equation by the help of Pythagoras theorem. Now we will divide this equation one by one by the square of any one side of the given triangle. So first of all, let me divide it by the square of hypotenuse, that is AC square. So we are dividing both sides of the equation by AC square. So we will obtain this form of the equation: AB square by AC square plus BC square by AC square equal to AC square by AC square. Now AB square upon AC square can be written as AB upon AC whole square. Similarly, BC square upon AC square can be written as BC upon AC whole square, and AC square upon AC square can be written same way, or it can be written as AC upon AC whole square. Now if we see this and this part will cut, so it will come 1. Now focus on this, AB upon AC. If we will see the ratio of these sides in terms of trigonometric ratio, so AB upon AC, AB upon AC, this is base upon hypotenuse, that is cos. So in place of AB upon AC, we can write cos A. So it will become cos A whole square. Similarly, we see this ratio BC upon AC. BC upon AC, so here it is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, and perpendicular upon hypotenuse is sine. So in place of BC upon AC, we can write sine A whole square. So our equation is changed in this one. Now cos A whole square can be written as cos square A, sin A whole square can be written as sin square A equals to 1. So this is our first identity, that sin square A plus cos square A equals to 1. So for any right angle triangle for particular angle, the square of sine plus square of cos will give the value 1. And this is true for all the A, or A means angles such that this is the range. If A is greater than equal to 0 degree, less than equal to 90 degree, if we take any angle from 0 to 90 degree, this identity is true for all the values of angles used there. Moving on to the next part. Right now we have divided the equation obtained by Pythagoras theorem by AC square. Now let me divide it by AB square, square of base. So we will get AB square upon AB square plus BC square upon AB square equal to AC square upon AB square. Now AB square upon AB square can be written as AB upon AB whole square plus BC square upon AB square can be written as BC plus BC upon AB whole square, and AC square upon AB square can be written as AC upon AB whole square. Now this AB and AB will be cancelled, one will come. Now BC upon AB, BC upon AB, perpendicular upon base, and we know that perpendicular upon base is 10, so in place of BC upon AB we can write 10A. So 10A square will be 10 square A. Similarly, AC upon AB, AC upon AB, hypotenuse upon base. So hypotenuse upon base we have sec. So in place of AC upon AB we can write sec A. So sec A whole square will be sec square A. So this is our second identity, 1 plus 10 square A equal to sec square A. Now the range for this is A is greater than equal to 0 but less than 90. Here we have not taken equal to 90. 90 is not included because sec A is not defined for 90 degree. Sec A is not defined for 90 degree. So if we will take the value for A 90 degree, this identity will not be valid. That's why this is the range of identity for which it is true. Now in the third step, we will divide the equation obtained by Pythagoras theorem by BC square. So we will obtain this statement, AB square upon BC square plus BC square upon BC square equal to AC square upon BC square. Now this can be written as this we can write as AB upon BC whole square. This we can write as BC upon BC whole square, and this we can write as AC upon BC whole square. Minor changes are done. Now AB upon BC, AB upon BC, base upon perpendicular. Now base upon perpendicular is cot. So in place of AB upon BC whole square we can write cot A whole square, and cot A whole square will be cot square A. Now BC and BC will be cancelled, we will get 1. Now this is AC upon BC, AC upon BC, hypotenuse upon perpendicular, and hypotenuse upon perpendicular is cosec. So cosec A whole square will be cosec square A. So this is our third identity, that 1 plus cot square A equal to cosec square A. So we have learned here three identities. First is cos square A plus sin square A equals to 1, and second is 1 plus tan square A equal to sec square A, and third is cot square A plus 1 equal to cosec square A. So this way we can find the proof of these three identities, and these identities are used in solving many of the questions.